Taupo, tai ao, tai awa te ati hei Māori ora. Kei te mihi atu ka koutou katoa e hoa mā. Great to have you with us as we bring the action today of the Sky Sport Women's Premiership from League Park, the home of the Ngātawa Wākia Panthers. Today's action, the Waikato squad up against the Canterbury Bulls. And a pleasure to welcome you along. In the background there, the wonderful Hakarimata Rangers. And, of course, great to be bringing you the action right here from one of our suburban grounds in the Waikato. Crystal Rota is with us today as we get a look at some of the action from last week from these two proud squads. Good to be working with you again, Crystal. Tēnā koe.
Oh, tēnā koe. They're always a pleasure working alongside you. This was a game last week that Waikato showed some brutality through their attacking plays against this Orcas side. Oh, actually, this was the week before, but this Orcas side have been very strong. Janaea there, she's a strong centre who'll be one to watch out for today. She knows how to score a try. She got a double in this game against the Wellington Orcas. They've got a very good attacking edge. Look at that pure brutalness on their left edge. Canterbury here, coached by one of our ex-Kiwi ferns, Puko. This was their game against the Akarana Falcons. But they're a very well-improved side that have, they've been playing in our competition for a very long time, but they've definitely improved over the years. You see that they're playing with a lot more confidence. They've got some good coaching staff down in Canterbury, as I mentioned. Puko, who played for the Warriors and the Kiwi Ferns, she's obviously teaching them a lot of good things, especially in their attacking side. They're definitely one on the rise, the Canterbury team. Yeah, and it's great to see the competition has been really beneficial in building the confidence of our wahine. And, of course, Women's Rugby League is the growth area of our code. Let's have a look at what's to come. And, of course, the Stingrays and the Vulcans will be a doozy as well. And the Women's Premiership, obviously, the Bulls, Stingrays, Vulcans, Falcons, Orcas, there's quite a lot to look forward to. So here is the table as we go into week number 5. And the Akarana Falcons dominating at the moment. Good to see the Canterbury Bulls with the one win. The Orcas picking up to Waikato yet to win a game, but they're on home turf, and so that'll give them plenty to play for. Let's have a look at the lineup for the Waikato squad. And Capri Paiko is certainly one to keep an eye out for. A lot of jersey number changes, but we'll do our best to keep you locked into what's going on there. Keep your eye out too for at the back. Miro Tuopiki is a familiar name. Let's hope she's got the wheels like her whananga Tane. Yeah, for sure. And Michael Wilson is the coach of the Waikato squad.
Well, Mike, end of a tough campaign for your team. What are you looking to get out of today?
Oh, hopefully we can get that dub, that first dub of this, the campaign. But yes, the girls are just pretty upbeat about today and how it's all going to look.
Has it been a good learning experience this season?
Awesome learning experience, actually, Brett. We've found a few what we call bolters in the team that have never experienced playing at this level before. So, awesome experience, regardless of results and everything that's happened at the moment.
And looking wider than just this team, what needs to happen in the Waikato region to improve the standard of the game?
Oh, I just hope that we can build on what we've just started in terms of us being up here in the Premiership comp, and that hopefully next year with our local comp that we have down here, we can just build on that and continue to build and work towards, a good probably plan in the next couple of years in terms of where we're going as Waikato.
Awesome, mate. Looking forward to seeing those bolters in action today. All the best.
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah, no, thanks for that, Brett. Awesome.
Yeah, good luck to Michael. There's quite a number of teams playing. I think there's 10 in the comp, making it one of the bigger comps in the country. We'll let you know some of the teams that are involved in it as the commentary progresses. So here's the Canterbury lineup. And of course, Katie Arola knows her way across the park too. It will be important in the distribution role from hooker. Bailey Rapida, also Shade, McGregor, Pakau. There's plenty of talent lined up here for the Cantabrians today.
Oh, definitely. They've got a lot of talent wide across. Steph Te Ohai Erie Fox, she's coming off the bench. She'll be one to watch out for. She'll definitely bring impact off the bench. She's got a rugby background as well, so she's a strong and talented player, so she'll definitely be one to watch out for coming off the bench today.
And working with the coaching staff for the Canterbury squad is Shante Puko. Let's hear from Shante.
Well, Shante, first up, how was the trip up here?
Hey team, it was good actually. We got on last night actually, so it was good for the girls to get some rest last night and wake up fresh.
How's the team shaping up? Any injury concerns?
Nah, we're pretty good at the moment. look, it's the last game of the round, our last game of the season, last game of the campaign, and we're just looking to finish on a high. So, yeah, excited.
Thoughts on how the campaign's gone?
Bit of a roller coaster, to be honest, but that's what footy's all about. You learn along the way, you take some positives away, and you take some lessons. So for us for today, I think in the past couple games we've conceded a few points. So today's big focus is on our defence. So just looking to get some bodies in front, numbers in the tackle, and just putting girls on their backs.
Hope it works out for you. All the best.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
Isn't it great to see Shantae in there? She looks in pretty good nick. Like you, Crystal. You could almost get out there, both of you. Hey, what's the hold-up, Crystal Rukurota?
Yeah, Poko had to jump on a couple of weeks ago because they were short on numbers. So, yeah, definitely a skill and talent, Shantae Poko.
Here they come, the home team. Great to have you with us today on Sky Sport, and wonderful to be able to bring the best of women's rugby league. Of course, there are tiers in the game. We've got the Ferns coming up as well, and that's going to be a wonderful series in the Pacifica Championship. And, of course, plenty of New Zealand representation in the NRLW this weekend as well, Crystal.
Yeah, definitely a lot of Kiwis representing right across the NRLW, and even in this local competition, as we know, Kapiri Paiko, number 19, she's played for Waikato. She's played last year for the Eels, and she's signed for the Warriors for the 2025 season. So it's exciting to see, and hopefully more of these ladies will be in the NRLW system really, really soon.
Tony Arnell is in control of the action. As mentioned, we're coming to you from the home of the Ngārua Wākia Panthers, right in the heart of the Waikato, and this is round 5 of the Sky Sport Women's Premiership. Waikato running right to left from our broadcast position. It'll take a little bit of feeling out, no doubt about it. Maria Muraki is playing in the centres, but in strip number 11, there's a bit of shuffling around. We'll come to terms with it through the course of the call. Wonderful that you could join us this Saturday afternoon as well. And a bit of an overcast day in Waikato as we speak. But the groundwork is always done through the middle. And there's a willingness there from Harmony Samaele to cart the ball forward. Canterbury travelled this morning to Hamilton, no doubt. And the fly in, fly out. It's a bit of a test. But certainly all the teams are confronted by the same expectation. There's no overnight ACOM, I don't think, for most of these teams as they travel. Down the left edge, Paige Roberts for Canterbury, and the big number 8 is also in making a tackle, Stella Whatarangi. So across for the first kick of the occasion, and that's, I was about to say, beautifully taken, but not so. So Canterbury find themselves 20 metres out from the try line, right in front of the posts here. And a great opportunity. Asalia Mo gets the ball and pushes that one along. Here's a bit of a hole opening, and it stepped towards the line. In fact, all the way, the number 6s, and that's Bailey Lapida scoring in the opening 2 minutes of the contest. And a little knock on at the back, proving fatal there for the Waikato squad. Early points for Canterbury.
Oh, nice early points for Canterbury off the back of an error, unfortunately, from Waikato. It was a good opening set. They started strong, got to the back end of their set, got a good kick down. As a result, this is what's happened. Out to the right edge, beautiful step off the right. Another step off the right, showing her skills and talent, Bailey Rapera, to get Canterbury on the board nice and early.
Well, she's playing for the Woolston club, Bailey, and it's her first year with the Bulls. So obviously a player of tremendous potential and lots of talent as well. But that's how quick it can happen. A little knock on at the back. I think that was Honor Wilson who went up for it. And not able to secure the football. Canterbury in a good field position and made no mistake. It's a proud rugby league community, Ngārua Wākia. Of course, you've got the Tūranga Waiwai club based just by the famous marae. And also Taniwharau. Not too far away too in Huntly, but the Waikato comp sitting pretty well. We've got in the women's divisions there in the Waikato, the Tawamutu Firehawks. One squad firing it all. Raglan is represented, Whatawhata Wolves. And that one splays away. So just the 4-0 scoreline early on here in round 5 of the Women's Premiership.
Yeah, it was a good dart. It was a good dart out to the right edge. Double step off her right foot. And Bailey Rapera to open up the game nice and early. got to give credit to the middles who did the hard work to get them, march themselves up the field. Then the beautiful kick that was put in, forced an error, and as a result, a nice, beautiful try for Canterbury.
Well, you need to start strong, don't you? And that was just a little bit of an eye off the ball. They're lucky that it wasn't converted. And so now we're back into the roll, into the grind, as the saying goes. And looking to push the pass there unnecessarily as well. So Canterbury themselves make a little error. Salian Bow looked at her teammate and said, well, it was pointless trying to get the pass away early in the tackle count. You'd understand it if it was deep in the tackle count, but not so. So there is the challenge ahead for the Waikato Wahineers. Anna Wilson, who's perhaps the form player for the home team, will feed the scrum right out in front of the sticks here in Aroa Wahia. As you can see with that shot, overcast at the moment, no suggestion of rain early on. So, with ball in hand, another great opportunity. Good downstairs take there from McGregor Pakau on D. Playing out in the centres, Capri Pakau. Nice little dummy, then straightened run here for Trinity Crosby, who's put down on the 10-metre line. Here's a good opportunity to bounce straight back for Waikato, if they can handle the jandle, so to speak. And then comes their big number 10. That's Daughter Adams with the football inside the 10, peeling across to the short side. Numbers on the right edge and a great finish. Lovely work for Janaya King-Rewi and the best possible reply from the home team.
Oh, beautiful reply from Waikato. Janaya, she knows how to score a try, that's for sure. She got a double against Wellington when they played Wellington. Good jump out there from Capri Paiko, who saw that had numbers on that right edge. But Janaya certainly knows how to score a try. She's been strong for Waikato in the centres for the whole campaign, actually. She has come off the bench, but when she has started, she started strong, just as she has in this instance, Dale.
You know, Chris, you've got to pride yourself on your personal performance, and if you're trying to pop the pass on the first tackle, you'd have to reassess that next time around. It was unnecessary, and of course, you make a little error, and the opponents can pounce. Obviously, we talk of teams, but each player within that team have a responsibility to do their job and do it well.
Yeah, everyone's got their responsibility, and you talk about moments in games and turning points, and those can be, you know, that's what can happen in some instances. You can score off the back of errors, and both these tries have been off the back of errors from the opposing team. Kick just off to the side for Waikato, so the score remains 4-4. But as you said, Dale, you know, they've scored off. Waikato have scored this try off the back of an error from Canterbury, just as Canterbury capitalised on an error from the Waikato side. So you want to be keeping the game, you know, as clean as possible, and using the ball when you have it in hand to, you know, do the best that you can. And like you said, everyone's got a job to do and a responsibility, and you need to take that upon yourself. It is a team sport, but every person needs to play their role. You know,
it's a well-used cliche. We've got to get to the back end of our set. We've got to get to our kick. So there's 5 plays as you set yourself up. It's a simple formula, but it doesn't always come off.
No, it doesn't always come off, and it is only human nature to make errors, and the two errors that have been made from both of these sides have allowed for tries. And here we see another error.
Yeah. Well, these two teams have struggled somewhat. It's these little mistakes that can prove costly, but they're pretty evenly matched going into this one, with Canterbury just with the 1 win. Waikato yet to secure a win, and they'll be pretty frustrated by that as the ball's carried in by Elizabeth Peretira with the football. And a penalty for holding down too long, so here's another great opportunity for Waikato. 7 minutes gone, 1 try apiece. Capri Paiko, he's got plenty of experience. And some eyelashes on today. Oh, and some eyelashes. That's your fault, Crystal Rota.
Oh, you've got to have eyelashes. It's an essential in today's day and age playing rugby league. Got to, especially when you're playing on the telly.
Of course. Got to. Here's Maria Murahi with the football. On to Wilson, shuffles it along onto Peretira. Good run from her. And she's put away. Deep into the tackle there by Karitanga Philly. Nice work from Paiko. Wilson forcing the Canterbury defence to close ranks. 12 out from the try line. Another good opportunity for the home team here. Wilson to acting half, pushes it back up through the middle to Homaha. And Jamie will cart it towards 8 metres out from the try line. Great chance for Waikato. Will they go right to the right-hand side? Drop off on the inside and barrelling up through the middle. Still unable to get across is Adams. She'll get the quick play the ball. Numbers to the right edge. Cut out ball and good defence coming up. Over the line is King Rewi. Can't quite get the ball down there, and she'll go to ground a metre out from the try line. Waikato pressuring Canterbury here. Pushing it. Got to keep their eye on the ball, and unfortunately for Waikato, they've let one slip. Canterbury with possession, 12 out from their line.
Yeah, the Canterbury coaches would be happy with that scramble defence. Their coach did speak earlier on the piece about a big focus today being their defence, getting bodies in front and making sure they get numbers in, and they have done that in that set and kept Waikato out from scoring, so no doubt the Canterbury coaches will be happy with that defence.
Liking the work that Jamie Homer has putting in on defence. This is solid as well. Good support coming in through the middle. One way, good charging run with a good carry. Elizabeth Peretira making the tackle. Bit of congratulations as well coming from her and Paiko. This is another good, solid, purposeful run from Harmony Simaele. Canterbury with the ball. Arona holding, pushing wide. Lovely pass. Picked up out wide by Paige Roberts. Got plenty of wheels, Paige. Might have just stepped into touch. What's the story? How do you read that there? Yes, just into touch. So turnover of possession. Waikato with the football.
Oh, that was very unlucky. Beautiful vision from Katie Arona, though, to see her winger. I couldn't even see her. She actually ran onto the ball, so that was great vision, but unfortunately she's gone out, and Waikato get back possession of the ball.
You can see her, all right? She's the only blondie out there.
She wasn't in screen when the ball was thrown. That's why I couldn't see her.
That's true enough, too. Out of dummy half. Now Waikato, this is a good purposeful run as the fullback chimes in. Middle. On the halfway here. Home of the Panthers. As Waikato look to secure their first victory in the last round. We'll look at that. Some pressure on. And Katie Arona, well, I thought she had forced an error, but instead the referee says I'm thinking that it was just a little bit too high. Dummy there. Your thoughts?
Oh, she come in late. Barely touched her. Bit of an unfortunate call in my view anyway.
Again, some solid work coming in both on attack and defence. Paiko. Peretira. Good run, good D as well as Arona goes downstairs making the tackle. Waikato starting to get themselves into good field position for a challenge as Homaha takes the football in. Homaha still standing, manages to get the pass. It's gone backwards. Play on, says the referee. Murahi loses the football though at the last minute. But ball control has been pretty ordinary from both squads to start us off here this afternoon. 12 gone, 1 try apiece, still 4 each. And we're well poised for what should be a close encounter between these two teams, desperate to get a win in the last match of the season.
Yeah, a lot of errors creeping on very early in the game, a lot of ball handling errors, which is generally, you know, something you got to take ownership of yourself. You know, that would just slipped out of her hands there. So it's just an individual error. Both sides need to tidy that up. As you said, they'll both be chasing a win. They want to be finishing on a high, finishing their season. This is the last game for both of these sides. As we see Capri here jumping out from dummy half. Anna Wilson, oh, ball doesn't find hand yet again. Yeah,
and that's on the first tackle. So it's these fundamental errors that will be frustrating for the coaching staff as well as the captain out on the track today. Good field position, and now they've turned it over. It'll be a scrum feed 10 metres out from their own line for the Cantabrians. Of course, Sydenham won the championship, the local club competition. 6 teams down in Canterbury this year. Hornby made the final, but a lot of these players also play dual codes, bit of rugby and rugby league. Canterbury with the feed, 10 out from their own line, and just the settler needed here. Pretty conservative approach in the opening runs. Right in front of the posts. A little bit of a dummy. Could be Waikato though, not falling for that dummy. Canterbury, 15 from their line. Pointing to the referee. Aaron has got a good passing game, but another turnover. It's been error-ridden from both squads. But a great chance as Adams plays the football. Out of dummy half goes Paiko. Out the back door too. The big number 8 comes surging onto the football. Stella Fatulangi. She's now 8 out from the try line. Once again, here's a chance for the Waikato Wahine. Let's see if they can capitalise from the work that's been done to get them into this good field position. Paiko looking, gets it to Wilson. Wilson leaves that outside and then picks up Meador. Meador comes wide. There's some action through the middle. So close this time for Paige Dudley. As you can see, half a metre from the try line, but there's been an injury, and the referee will call in the medics, the Zambucks, as we used to know them.
Ambucks.
The Zambucks.
Oh, Zambucks.
You heard that term?
No, I haven't.
Oh, gee. Well, you'll have to go back to the 1960s Carlaw Park and see who used to run on to tend the injured. They used to be called Zambucks, St. John's, or whatever they might be now. Ambos, paramedics. I don't know, what do you call them?
Yeah, just medics, I think it is.
Medics will do.
Medics will do. I think this injury is a result of her own teammate.
Was it
I
a
think
clash?
it was Lupe Manu that sort of...
Fair bit of claret there. It might have been a split forehead.
Yeah, she come over to assist with the tackle, come over the top, but she's wiped her own player out in the process. See here, yeah,
Oh,
it's
it was
her
an
elbow.
Yeah, it's an elbow. And that's the number 5, Mary Kanathi. Took the whack. I was watching Mia Mutu, proud Māori boxer last night in Sydney, and her opponent got cut. It was a bloodfest, but the fight went on because it was a cut to the side of the head, and it didn't. Well, what we're witnessing here too is some blood. Let's hope it's cut to the top of the head by the looks of things.
I'm not very good with blood. So I don't watch those fights, although I do love our Miyamoto. Amazing athlete she is.
She came away with a good win last night again, cementing her credentials on the world stage. And I'm sure that there are bigger and brighter prospects for her going forward. But American enough, there's some concern there, of course, as we see the medics coming on to do some running repairs. And start with the magic tissue.
Yeah, I think she needs a bit more than that.
Yeah, I think she'll go and get some repairs there. Oh, well, it's a tough game. Had any major injuries yourself, Crystal?
Oh.
Not so much in the cutting department, but in the twisting and breaking department?
Yeah, just collarbone. Broke my collarbone a couple of times. Knees given me grief over my career, but I'm actually very fortunate to not have very substantial injuries anyway.
And of course, considering you played in the heat of the fire, the Mura Otahi, you know, as hooker, you're right in the thick of it all.
Yeah.
You loved it though, didn't you?
Yeah,
you loved that hooker, eh?
I love defending, so that's probably where you're going to get knocked and bumped off, as I did in my career. But yeah, very fortunate injury-wise. From
international players, she's just retired from International Rugby League. Crystal Rota in the chair beside us today. It's Jamie Homaha once again. Proves she is a valuable commodity here for Waikato. Wilson goes to acting half. They're spreading it. Will they be able to get that wide ball out? And chiming in as middle. Lovely play. This time for King Rewi, she's already scored one and then tries to pop the pass once again. Well, everyone thinks they've got the slip routine like Artie Beatson, but it's just not happening for them at the moment.
Yeah, I think a runner needs to get out there and just tell them hold the ball and just go forward at this stage, because we've just seen so many drop passes, even just the carries and just losing the ball in the contact. So back to basics, I think, for both sides, and until they can get that, and then they can get a bit more expansive.
I think so too. Get deep into the set and get a downfield away. So it's Canterbury in possession. That's the 30-metre line. This is a purposeful run as well, full of intent. you know, the old hands can really contribute, as we saw last week with Mary Ann Collins. She came back and just, you know, her rugby league nous was so beneficial for some of the younger players around her, and that's where the reliance will come on to players like Capri Paiko and more experienced players. Katie Arnold, perhaps another example too, in the Canterbury squad. She's a fine footballer, Katie. Homaha will play the ball here for Wilson. There's not a lot of Honor Wilson, but she certainly throws herself into her work. There's lots to like about her attitude to her sport.
Yeah, she's definitely not scared. Wilson, daughter of Mike, the coach from a rugby league whānau. Passionate about the game down in the mighty Waikato.
Oh, well, you know what discussions will be around the dinner table there.
Yeah.
That's the same as at your place, I bet,
Yeah.
Crystal. There's a nice darting run from Capri Paiko. Always a threat. Trinity Crosby gets it onto Wilson, holds it up nicely for Midor chiming in. This is a lovely shaped try, should have come through, and it will. Beautiful finish for Maria Muraki, and that was a real team try for the home squad. Waikato in after 17, try number 2.
Yeah, beautiful shape from Waikato. Good timing on their backdoor plays. Can see really good connection through their spine. Capri Paiko, though, she's been a threat through the whole game. Her darts from dummy half really testing the markers and the A defenders. But we see here the connection between the halves to Wilson here, then to Milo out the back. Perfect timing on that backdoor run, and she managed to get that pass away beautifully. And Waikato, that's the style of play that we know Waikato can play, that they have been playing, but, you know, due to errors in this early part of the game, we haven't seen it. So I think they're back in the game now.
Was that a Melbourne Storm style play or a Penrith Panthers style play?
Oh, man, I'm backing Melbourne. I'm really backing Melbourne tomorrow. Melbourne's been my team for a long time.
She's got the purple sweatshirt on today.
Yep, I sure do.
Yeah. All the colours. It's a fabulous matchup, though, isn't it?
It is. It's going to be such a good game. It's going to be a tough game, but when I was watching the NRL show last night, they were all saying, you know, it's going to go down to Golden Point. I really hope it does. It'll be some exciting footy to watch.
And Jarome Hughes, outstanding effort in 2024 as we follow this one. That slides away too, and unsuccessful for Crosby. It was looking for the extras. 8-4 scoreline. We celebrate this try. It's got all the hallmarks of great back play, the chiming in of the fullback, and the expectation of the ball coming her way. Maria Murahi, the try scorer. Welcome in if you've just joined us. That's the Hakarimata Range at the back on the western side of Ngāruawāhia Wahia. We're broadcasting today from the home of the Ngāruawāhia Wahia Panthers, and it's a pleasure to welcome you along here. Round 5 of the Sky Sport Women's Premiership. And Canterbury down by 1 try, 8-4. Lots to like about that set. We were critical of early mistakes early in their sets, both teams, but that one's had some shape to it, and it'll be encouraging as well. Honor Wilson knows her way around the park to bring in the fullback middle. Was beautifully conducted. Yeah, this Pacific Championship's going to be interesting too. Another opportunity to see the New Zealand squad at its very best. Ricky Henry once again, so there's been some solidity with his tenure, hasn't there? Over the years, there's been some shuffling of coaching for our national squad.
Yes.
Everyone knows what to expect with Ricky at the helm.
Yeah, it's been a bit tough over the years when I was in Kiwi Friends. We had a new coach pretty much every year, so it's hard to find connection, and, you know, you learn a new game plan, then the following year you've got a new coach. So the fact Ricky's been in there for quite some time, really looking forward to what he can produce at this next Pacific Championship.
And when is that team named, from your understanding?
I'm not too sure the exact dates. It should be soon, though. I'd say once the NRLW Grand Final's over and, everyone finds out whether the eligibilities, etc., they'll have a team named.
Medor and Wilson are combining wonderfully at the moment here for Waikato, to immediately find themselves in good field position to have another tilt at the line through the hands to Crosby. Adams couldn't control the ball, and Togiaso gets hold of it for Canterbury, and a welcome period of possession for the Cantabrians. Still known as the Bulls, I think, the women's team, both Canterbury and men's.
Yeah, as I understand, they're still the Bulls, yeah.
parked in good order here. As mentioned, Panthers, a proud club. They'll be pleased. Wilson and the connections for Waikato to be up by 2 tries to 1. This is your fullback, Mania Faith Waka. It's just over the halfway line, so into enemy territory they come. Time now for the bigger forwards, the middles, to have a go.
Yeah, that's Steph Fox. She's rugby background, but man, she's a good player. I've watched her over the years.
Well, it's a little stumble there, and it will end up as a Canterbury ball, I suspect. Has that gone into touch off a Waikato hand, and so it's a penalty. What do you read into that one, Crystal?
Yeah, well, Canterbury really need this opportunity here to bring themselves back into the game. If they can hold the ball, get down into good ball, nice and close, and execute some of their set plays. They're in a good attacking spot right here, so they look like they're setting up some shape, so we'll see what they can execute. This is
McGregor Pako with the football here, 10 metres out from the try line. Canterbury, and it's straight into the hands of Irene MacArthur, who comes surging towards the line. Go, Irene! She's pushed away right at the last moment. To her feet. Here's Aruna. What's she going to do with the football? She's going to have a look herself. She's having a look herself, and I think she gets the chocolates. In fact, she is. She's in to score. Simple and straightforward, but certainly the number 9 knows her way around the football field, and that was a good play. And for easy points from the dummy half spot, this is MacArthur, who set it all up really with a powerhouse run. And sliding in, the experienced hand of the hooker, has a little look, then is able to just slide through some ineffective tackles right on the line.
Yeah, she knows how to find the try line, Katie Orona. She's been playing a bit of 13 as well, so she's in the dummy half role today, still in the middle of the park. Good defensive skills, and in that instance showing her attacking skills.
35-minute halves in the women's game. If you've just joined us, Canterbury have had just the 1 win this year. Their opponents, Waikato, yet to secure one into round 5, the last opportunity for this regionally focused competition. And we'll ride this one home with Rapida, looking to put the icing on the cake. More straightforward than the previous opportunities, and should really pick up 2 from close range. It'll take us out to a 2-point lead if successful. And the flags are up, so 10 points to 8 is your scoreline here in this one. From the Panthers' home ground in Ngāruawahi, as we get another look. Katie Arona steals a 4-pointer, really. Coach Killers, you would hate that if you were the defending hooker.
Yeah, it's to be expected from a hooker. You know, that's what you're hunting for when you're going into dummy half so close to the line. You're looking for any little space in the defensive line. And she's done a good job of that, Katie Arona. Identified where the gap is, as any good hooker would do.
I bet you've done that dozens of times yourself. Opponents hate you.
Yeah.
Oh, no, yeah. Not one of those tries, Crystal.
Oh, I don't know if I actually was ever really good at, diving. I've never really been good at diving, to be honest. I was more one to throw a dummy than anything.
Then there's burrowing.
Yeah. That's probably one. I'm not good at burrowing, that's for sure.
Clawing your way to the line, fair enough too. Now this Wahine has plenty to offer as well. This is Paige Roberts. We saw her down the left flank, and that time around just sets it up through the middle. Canterbury with the football, that would have given them more confidence as well. Steering back up and in towards the middle. This time around, that's a good carry. Setting it up nicely, Lupe Manu, apologies. Stephanie Dohaire Fox, if you're wondering, is in jersey number 10 here for Canterbury. Arona, left foot. A bit of a hurried kick. Let's see how this one bounces at the back. It turns out to be pretty good. It's fielded there by Middle. Comes into centre field, and a lovely copybook tackle as well by Shea McGregor Pako, making the tackle here 15 metres out from the Waikato line. This is another spirited run, this time from King Rewi. In fact, maybe that's Crosby. Let's have another look. And it's Waikato with the football here. Waikato looking for a breach in the defensive line here from Canterbury. 26 gone, 2 points in this one. Good close contest. Here's the kick from Crosby, taking it the back here. This is Waka, who will field the football 15 from her own line. Turns to shape up. Good chase. Honor Wilson is in there quickly. And plenty of support coming for her as well. Nikita Ngarongo Polima, also in strip number 5, involved in that defensive play. And not back to 10 metres. That'll be a welcome penalty here for Canterbury.
Oh, Canterbury would be very happy with that. Get them some extra yards if they take this kick for the sideline. Starting to see a bit of fatigue setting in and some little bit of more errors creeping into play defensively. This is what tends to happen when you get tired. It's a good opportunity here again for Canterbury.
Just looking at the jersey numbers, is MacArthur in 17?
No, Stephanie Te Ohaerere Fox, sorry. She's number 17. So maybe her and Irene MacArthur swap jerseys.
There's quite a bit of jersey swapping going on. It's mainly to do with sizing. Canterbury with the football here, though, just over the halfway line. Good carry from McGregor Pako once again. That forces Pako to make the tackle on her. Canterbury. 19's Janaya Mata. Been used off the bench. Good powerhouse runner up through the middle, Janaya. So Canterbury getting themselves set here. Another little look around. Bailey Rapira popping the pass off nicely to Umanga. Of course, this is Ripa Umanga. And if you think it'd be a rally to Tana, you're on the money. Lovely cat. Oh, well, I was about to say lovely take as well from Dana Napa, but just couldn't quite get hold of the football. Very close, though.
Yeah, the idea was there. A bit of a cross-field kick back to that left side. Could have been a good opportunity, but they're unable to regather the ball, Canterbury. And Waikato here. Got some work to do to get out of their red zone. Good defense there from Steph Fox.
Yeah, be sensible. Just a grind here for a moment. Not trying to do too much. Keep it in close. Hold on to the football. Don't try popping the pass. Is Vainu middle, who's had some good touches, the fullback. Gets it out here for Crosby. And Crosby's back slam, losing the football. Solid D. Usipua Tungi Aso putting the big defensive play on. And now Canterbury find themselves in good field position. Coming up towards half an hour of play. 10-8 scoreline here. Aruna looking for some rumble through the middle, and that's what she's getting here this time around. Good once again. Solid carry. 5 out from the line. Danger time showing it on the inside. Aruna is dangerous. She's picked off here in the tackle of Homaha. Well, a little knock on here. And Katie Aruna very frustrated and airing that frustration to the referee.
Yeah, you can see the disappointment in her face. But obviously, she's had a little thumble somewhere there in the contact. You don't actually have to drop the ball for it to be a knock-on. If it comes loose from your grip into the opposition player, that is a knock-on. So that's clearly what's happened in this instance. And it's a sigh of relief for the Waikato team here, who have been hard on defence off the back of an error. Masika Pri-Paiko jump out of the back of the scrum.
They can ill afford to concede another try as we go into the last 4.5 minutes of this first half. These two teams are well matched. One win for Canterbury coming into this game, none for Waikato. But will this be their first? I'd love to pick up the red and black scalp. Interestingly, the Farah Palmer Cup final is being played in the Waikato today between Waikato and Canterbury. So both codes represented in a regional capacity as Wilson looks on the inside. Again, that's sensible to take the tackle. As Penumanga manages to dislodge the football, and therefore it will be a Canterbury ball. Oh, the very things we talk of, the things that don't happen, but it's very easy to make comment from the commentary position, a lot tougher to do it on the track.
Yeah, definitely. I'm always very mindful about what I say in the commentary, because it's easy to say, you know, to talk about people sitting on the couch and commentating from their couch, but would have no idea how it actually feels to be out there in the commentary box. It's a little bit different, but you got to always appreciate how tough it is to play rugby league, and these kind of errors do happen. But yeah, I'm very mindful of what I say, because I know how hard the game is. I know the contact, I know the tiredness and the fatigue that sets in. So yeah, appreciate all the players in our game who play hard and run hard, like this beautiful run here from Canterbury.
Beauty. It is beautiful too, as Dana Napa gets hold of the football with great lead-up work by Roberts. So Canterbury be wanting to notch another one as we go towards the half-time break. And that time it's a little knock-on. So look, fair to say there have been plenty of errors here, but there's no shortage of attitude on show from both squads.
Yeah, definitely not. They're not shy of effort, that's for sure. You see this kind of run, you know, got to give credit. It's just the little errors that we're seeing, and it's from both sides, and they're making the exact same errors, the handling errors, the little knock-on errors from both teams. So hopefully, you know, in the changing sheds, I'm sure both coaches will be talking about the errors and tidying those up to, you know, get the second half off to a better start. So we're looking forward to a better second half of hopefully more minimal errors.
Yeah, Paige Roberts, the winger, who has looked really sharp when she gets the ball on the left edge for Canterbury. You know, just back, she had a baby last year, so a lot of these players are having families and then returning to the code, which is really encouraging. Waikato with the football here. As mentioned, don't need to do too much. Be happy to go to the break with a scoreline like this, just 2 points in it. Be well positioned to have a go in the second 35. Wisely left into the big middles once again. No substitute for KGs when you're doing the tough stuff up through the middle. Holding up the pass and then pushing it across is Ngarongo Porima, and now into the hands of King Lewi. Janaya to her feet, 5 metres in from the far side of the field. Cut out ball to Honor Wilson onto the boot. Haven't seen a big kicking game so far today. Let's see how this one is handled at the back. And in the end, pretty solidly from the number 18. We saw one going for some running repairs, Mary Kanath there. This time, McGregor Pakau. It's beautiful Dell. Post-match interviews as well, Shade. On the halfway line, Canterbury, Aruna certainly has been a standout. Certainly the leader here has her hand on the ball more than anyone else. And that's a decent run, but followed up by some fine defence as well. So both of it on there as Dana Napa gets to her feet. Rapida kicking and finding its way into touch. Hope you're enjoying the action. Not too far away here from the halftime hooter as Paige Dudley gets hold of the ball for the Waikato Wahine. E peko he taniwha, e peko he taniwha. There's a taniwha on every twist and turn of the Waikato River. Jed's been on show beautifully too with the main arrest of King Tuheitia. And of course now around Queenie Ho, Awa Honui Te Pō. Great to have you with us here today, watching the action here, round 5 of the Sky Sport Women's Premiership at the halftime break from Ngaroa Wahia Panthers home ground. It's the Bulls from Canterbury who lead Waikato 10-8. We'll be back with more. You're watching Women's Rugby League right on the home of Rugby League in NZ, Sky Sport. Hoki Mai, welcome back. And it's 10-8, the scoreline here. Crystal Rota's beside me. She's itching to be out on this field. Honestly, I can just sense it, Crystal. You're thinking to yourself, what am I doing in a commentary box when I really should be out on the track here?
Oh, when I see the big hits coming in, I'm like, I'm so happy to be sitting right here. But I definitely do miss playing. It's been a long time since I played in a national competition, so definitely missing it, but still grateful to be a part of it and be calling and these amazing ladies watching these games.
Yeah, I can see a long coaching career ahead for Crystal Rota. Plus, she's also off to Fiji. That's the Nines, is it?
Yeah, the Nines in Fiji,
Nines. Yep. Coming up. Great to have you with us. Let's have a look at how this all came to be. And it was in the first 2 minutes of the game, and Canterbury were in like a flash.
Oh, it was off the opening set that we seen this try. It was an error from Waikato. We seen them go down this right edge, and Bailey Rapira just stepping off her right on 2 occasions to find the line and open up the scoreboard. Like you said, early in the game, in the first couple of minutes, wasn't expecting it because it was a good set. But then we seen again Capri Paiko jumping out to the right edge. Beautiful ball to King Rewi, who scored their first try off the back of an error from Canterbury also. So it was riddled first half of errors from both sides. And this was also early in the piece. Then we seen Waikato again off some beautiful shape. Anna Wilson here out the back to Milo, who got the ball away. Some beautiful shape for Murahi to score Waikato's try here. But this is the execution that we know that Waikato can produce to score. And that was Waikato's second try. And then we had another try from Canterbury as well. This was a beautiful try. Steph Fox just come off the bench. Powerful run to get in a beautiful position here for Canterbury to score. And then we've seen the hooker, Katie Arona, who's been playing some really good footy. Looked like she was going to the right. She darts out from dummy half and just goes to the left-hand side, finds a lapse in the defence of the Waikato team to score Canterbury's second try. So it's only been 2 tries apiece, but Canterbury lead by 2 points from their kicking.
Yeah, and try of the day for me was certainly the one from Murahi. I thought that had everything going on. Are they toffee apples? Do they still make toffee apples in Ngaroa Wakia? Or who would have thought? Oh, look at that. The Mad Butcher will be salivating right now as he watches on this afternoon. Great to be with you here in Ngaroa Wakia. Very proud suburban rugby league club. And, of course, you can also sit on the back of your truck and watch the footy from the side. It's great to have you here. First time we've been broadcasting Sky Sport from the Ngaroa Wakia Panthers. So I hope you're enjoying the action. The Bulls lead this one by 2 at half-time. We'll take a break and we'll be back with the second half of action heading to you right here on Sky Sport. And that's coming up just around the bend.
catch it like this, and is that out on the floor? Yeah.
And it's a thumbs up for you too. I'll flick a mana wave at you as well from the commentary position, boys. We've got to go. Can't you go there, Crystal? Yes. I know you can't see it, but you might be able to feel it. 10-8's the scoreline here, right in the heart of the mighty Waikato. And it's Canterbury Bulls 10, Waikato 8. As we get back into the roll, into the grind, and into the last 35 minutes of the season as far as the representative season is concerned for many of these players. Paige Dudley once again getting herself up into the action, making a wonderful tackle. Jean Middleton as well in 3 for Canterbury, also doing well. So Waikato know that they conceded tries mostly from their own doing. Fundamental errors put them in difficult spots. So it's Waikato with the football and to her feet. Peter after playing that football, I love this carry. That's the way. And Tuhaere Fox is in the defensive mode. And a lost ball or a penalty. Let's see how the referee sees this one. Another opportunity to get a touch finder. In fact, opting to just hold it and go up through the middle. Good G too this time around. Solid from Harmony Simaele. Nice run from Piki Heke, sweet. Paiko, eyes darting. Pushes out just a couple of metres and then pops the pass off. Ngarongo Porima to play the football, good field position. Nice work for Crosby, holds it up and finds Melo. Melo gets the ball away again and on to King Lewy. This has been a good combination for Waikato. Can it pay dividends this time around? Hand in there. And the referee will say that that was a strip. Have to agree with that one too.
Yeah, 2 consecutive errors for the Canterbury Bulls, allowing the Waikato side to just march up the field. And now they're just 5 or so metres out from their try line. And a prime attacking opportunity here. We know what they can execute when they connect. Got Piki Heke Sweet here, gonna set the platform here.
She's to ground on the 10-metre line. Here's a great opportunity setting itself up here as Paiko slides into dummy half. Pushes it for Wilson. The cutout ball is smart. To the corner, but short. And the defensive effort, superb top draw. And Canterbury scrambling hard here. And is that a dropped ball? The referee will say that it's a penalty. A little bit of push and shove going on here, and the referee will have a few words to say. He's not mic'd up, but we'll cross to Crystal Ruta for her speculation as to what the referee might be saying to them.
Oh, tidy it up, I would be saying.
He's reaching out for the ball too early, too fast. I thought the run here from, was it Murahi? Would have gone all the way. She was dragged down actually with the football, dragged down just shy of the line. And in the background, the young man is running the ball in the proud colours of the Ngāroa Wahia Panthers. Here's Wilson, Paiko, keeping the ball alive. This is promising here for the home squad as Trinity Crosby again finds herself in the thick of the action. She's put away, quick play the ball, Paiko. Running, delivering, charging towards the line. This is a good shot, good camera work as well, but they can't get it to the line. Just a minute out, a metre out from the try line. King Lewy, who will play it? Out to Paiko. Through the middle, once again. Heke Sweet. Paika, you feel like Waikato are going to score here any moment as Wilson gets it on to Melo. Melo with the pass. Wow. It just eluded everybody. The thinking was right, the execution not so.
Yeah, it was looking so promising. Thought Waikato were in for sure with a try down that left edge, but the ball from Melo just a little bit too high, unable to find the hands of the winger. Right decision there, but just not the execution, like he said, Dale. Didn't find the hands of the winger.
A little bit of a Harbour Bridge pass, but it sort of went rainbow shaped. And nobody could get hold of the football. This is Waka has the pill now. As Canterbury get themselves into the mix. Paige Roberts as well coming in off the left wing. Solid D this time as Dana Napa is crunched to ground under the fine defensive effort of Daughter Adams. But Canterbury have been under some pressure. They have managed to survive. 5 goal in the second half. No addition to the scoreline. McGregor Pakau once again has the football. Great contributor to Canterbury Women's Rugby League across the years as Aruna shows it up the middle. It's been knocked down, so it will be a Canterbury ball once again. So certainly you can't fault Homaha for recognising an opportunity and tried to get hold of the ball, just couldn't secure it. And so they scrummed it back down with the Canterbury feed.
Yeah, Homaha, she's been working hard for her team all game, defensively, taking the strong carries, but she's been doing that all campaign. She plays second row, Lucy, prop, put her anywhere, but she'll just work hard for the team as she has been.
Because we've spoken about the Pacific Championship coming up, the NRLW final tomorrow is a big part of Grand Final Day. I'm sure you've already bought the steaks and you've got some chicken skewers ready to watch it. Hey, it's a big finals day.
Yeah, it's a massive finals day. I'll be in here first calling some of our ladies games, or one of our ladies games with our Akarana side playing the Orcas tomorrow. Then
the build up, perfect.
Yeah. Bit of an entree.
Sounds good. And then everyone will be glued to their TVs tomorrow. We used to take the TV out into the backyard. We'd have them on the driveway, under the carport, you know. All the bells and whistles. The big cube rolls of steak. The odd slab.
Be watching it in Dad's man cave, I think. He's got the best setup.
He has got the best setup. Rog, if you're watching in today, g'day, mate. He's got the hell man cave, all right. Roger Rota. Here we are, Waikato. They want to score, they want to win this one. And this one's got down as well. Paiko comes back. They're creating opportunities. They're getting themselves into good field position. Let's see if they can capitalise on it. Really like the attitude that Capri Paiko brings to her footy.
Yeah, she needs some hard. Her middle's running nice and flat and fast because she jumps. And, you know, she creates space for her middles to be hitting in behind that block hole. She does it so well. Just needs her middles to be running a little bit flatter and better play the balls than that.
I think they've called that as a knock-on. Paiko disputing the call. The referee has made his mind up. Canterbury will get the football. We'll get a replay. They won't. And so they'll just have to adhere to the referee's call. Well, that's what she is complaining about.
Yeah, it's one pet hate as a hooker, is having someone either kick the ball back too hard or not kick it enough and you can't pick the ball up. But an opportunity here for Canterbury. I love the look of Waka. She hasn't had too much opportunity with ball in hand. She's just actually returned from a broken ankle, but she's played in the Ahika side, so she's a young up-and-coming talent, reigning from down in Canterbury.
Just while we have a chance, let's plug our young people who've been involved in their tournament play too. At a national tournaments, you've been involved as well, Crystal?
Yeah, I was down in the Mount commentating the youth nationals, and from this Canterbury side, actually there was Ripena Umanga, she played for the Southland side who was in the finals against Wellington, the under-18s finals. They come second, but that's massive because there was only 2 Auckland teams in the grand final last year. So to see Wellington and the Southland team in there is awesome for our game of rugby league right across New Zealand.
It really is, because Auckland's been so dominant over the years in pretty much every competition. And so to see these 2 teams emerge from the provinces, you know, it's spot on, and that's exactly what needs to happen. The game's enjoying tremendous growth, particularly among our rangatahi wahine.
Yes.
And so we need to accommodate that, and these tourney are doing just that. I'm pleased that you've been involved in that way too. Crystal Rota with us. Gee, you're getting more commentary work than Ray Warren. Admittedly, Ray Warren's not getting much at the moment.
I'd love to, you know, especially the girls and our ladies, because, you know, I know a lot of these ladies, and I've been amongst it, and just seeing our young up-and-coming talent in that youth nationals was phenomenal.
Well, that ball's gone down, and now Waikato will come up with it. Boom! Oh, a crunching defensive effort from Bailey Rapira. Putting the hits there on Dudley, who goes to ground. The crowd here at the Panthers' home ground are really enjoying the action. Why wouldn't you? 10 minutes into the second half here, and still just 2 points in it. And there's some big units making the defensive play here. Solid from Canterbury. Out of dummy half goes to Paiko once again. Gee, she's having such a tremendous input into the game. Manages to get the ball. Still alive as Dudley picks it up. Stepping away from one. Dudley, and then Dudley comes a cropper. Beautiful defensive play. Crushing from Lupe Manu. But it's still with Waikato. They have the football and charging forward. Trying to make every metre a gain for Elizabeth Peretita. She's 15 out from the line as Paiko delivers up. Lovely crossed X and for the line. Here comes Daughter Adams. Manu has been so solid. Looks like we might have an injured player as well. The referee's just calling us back here. That's the Canterbury 10. Irene MacArthur, and it looks to be an ankle here. Hey, that touch judge is my nephew. Hey there, Neff. Got a few nephews down the Waikato way. They love their footy. Cousin Miles, the chair of Waikato Rugby League. They're all from college old boys, and now the Ravens. And of course, Tony Fado is still the top team to beat. Down in the Waikato ways, Irene MacArthur from the Bulls. Just a bit of running repairs.
Yeah, the physicality has definitely lifted in the second half. Seen a couple of brutal hits in the last couple of minutes.
You know, she's played Union and League, Irene. I think she might have played for the Brumbies, actually, and an NRL feeder club when she was younger. So it's good to see her giving back as an older footballer. But her day might have been done by that injury. Once again, the Rangers behind. Nakarimata Range. Such a geographic feature of the Waikato Rohe, certainly in and around Ngaro or Wahia. So the home team decide to turn it around, and Crosby goes wide, trying to sneak a try down the right edge. Canterbury popping the pass late out to King Rewi. Still alive for Waikato. This is good play, and Paiko looks to thread the needle. But the bounce doesn't favour Waikato, and the Bulls come up with it. Feel a bit strange calling women bulls.
Yeah.
Bullarinas. No, I don't know what you'd call them.
Bullarinas.
No, well, maybe not that.
Look at this run.
Gotta love that one.
Samailev, she's been dominant through the middle third for the Canterbury side. And so has Lupe Manu. He's put on a couple of massive hits.
Yeah, they've been really good to watch, haven't they? And now, down the right edge, loving this carry. Beautiful work. This is Salio Mbau. And the pass just let them down. And you can see the disappointment in the face of the passer. We didn't get a look at the face of the passee. He was probably even a little more of a grimace.
You can see the relief from the Waikato team who have all got their hands on their hips. They must be absolutely exhausted from these powerful runs here that we see from the Canterbury Bulls. Look at this. Everyone falling off in the process of trying to make that tackle.
Yeah, the combos, Simaele and Manu, has been so solid, and the referee recognises too that Johaile Fox has got in with some defensive work with Arona, and again they've jarred the ball loose. So another error from the home team as we get another look. It's Arona. And just too tough out there. Too tough. Johaile Fox. Well, this is well poised, this game. Just on 20 to play, so it's anyone's game. There's still plenty of footy left in this one. Little show, straightening. Ripe Umanga has the football. And it looks as though Wilson might have taken a bit of a knock. Again, Katie Arona proving her value to the coaching staff here from the Bulls. Shante Puka will be well pleased with what's going on here at the moment. The big forwards are setting it up nicely as they put one back on the inside here. Arona has a look, little dummy herself. We've already seen Katie score one from close range. Right on the line here. Canterbury, poised. Rapida, and the pass has gone down. It's been knocked on. The referee was well positioned. He says things are okay to go on with. That's on a Wilson. Getting off the back as Arona gets the pass through, and the 17 comes charging towards the line. That's Stephanie Johaile Fox who's in to score. And the Canterbury Bulls extend their lead.
Oh, that's a beautiful try from Steph. Love watching her play footy. Great rugby player, great league player. Look at that pure strength straight through the defensive line of the Waikato side to extend the lead for Canterbury. Awesome mahi Steph. Was a bridesmaid with Steph last year for Renee Whitcliffe and Portia Woodman's wedding. She's an amazing lady and amazing athlete. So good on you, Steph.
Way to go. See all your connections? You should be doing more commentary. Good on you, Crystal. I can just see both of you in your bridesmaid's gear. Stephanie Johaile Fox scoring there, but it came out of little fundamental errors. And that's where you lose your footy games, isn't it? Katie Arona, she's a bit like you, actually, just sort of, you know, sniffing around. I say that with respect for a little opportunity, Crystal. And she takes it, and she's got some good runners in there at the moment. Really impressed by Manu and Simaele's efforts in the last 5 or 6 minutes. Wonderful to have them on song and going real double trouble, those two.
Yeah, they're just showing, you know, that getting good go forward from their middles and then playing off the back of that is all you need to do. Not really just the flashy stuff that works. Oh, just out to the side.
Okay, so, well, the kicking hasn't been great today, but Hoiana, we've got a 14-8 scoreline here, so we get another look. There's Steph Fox. And just a short pass as well. Arona recognised that there was an opportunity with us. If you've just joined us this Saturday afternoon, great to have you with us. Sky Sport pleased to be promoting Women's Rugby League. In fact, Rugby League across the board. This is round 5 of the Sky Sport Women's Premiership. And, of course, these two teams came into today's action not on top of the table. One win for Canterbury, no wins for Waikato. But it's been a very entertaining game nonetheless, as we look into the last 17 minutes of play. 6 points in this one, 14-8. Referee signals us back on. Don't ride off Waikato. They've got plenty of heart. But as we know, there is a taniwha at every turn. We don't really know how this one's going to pan out. Canterbury in possession. Once again, your try scorer. Not having to do too much. We note in the men's game, of course, you haven't got as many big guys involved as you did in years past. Sort of what's referred to as an omni physique, about 100, 110. Yeah, who can play at the back of a scrum or out wide. 100 anyway.
100, yeah.
Yeah, 110 might be pushing it out a bit. So 14 in possession with the football and carting forward. Canterbury are going to go back to back, and they're in good position. Into the hands, it comes to McGregor Pakai, putting the kick across. Haven't seen a lot of kicking today. And that one didn't come off, but the thinking was sound. Waikato, they have the football, but they're a long way from where they want to be. In fact, it was taken in goal, I suspect.
Yes,
So that's the restart on the 20. What about the tap and go? Was it coached to Pappenhausen the other day for your beloved Melbourne Storm? Did you see that?
Yes, I
Took
did.
it in the in goal, ran out to the 20, quick tap, and Pappenhausen was on his hip.
Yeah.
Sent it through a hole, and that was it. That's all she wrote. You don't see it all that often where you get a try from the restart on the 20, but that's exactly what happened.
It's all about transition and doing those things quickly, That's something that we probably don't do in our women's game enough. But in saying that, a lot of the time for us, it's got to play to the ref and on their timing.
A lot to do with peripheral vision too, so that you're sensing where a hole might develop and being able to capitalise on it and profit from it. There's a lot going on. When you're a rugby league player, you know better than anyone, Crystal. So, it's your eyes up, you're looking forward, but you're also looking out the corners of your eyes to see where the gaps are. I was reading somewhere that with the dominance of screens on our eyes, that it's affecting sports people and athletes, that it's causing a fading in peripheral vision.
Yes, I just went and got myself some Blu-ray glasses or whatever they're called because of the screen time I'm now using as well. And it does definitely affect your vision. So I didn't know that about the athletes though, Dale.
Well, you imagine if you're trying to see an opportunity, you're right in the middle, hooking say, and you're going through the middle, but what's happening on the right and left edges can sometimes be where you decide to take the play too. So there's been some studies. I can't quote them all though.
That's fine.
I'm a collector of useless information. Maybe not so useless if you get the drift, because of the fact that we're looking at flat screens, whether it's TV or monitors and computers, etc. Out to the right and left hand side of our eyeballs, sometimes not getting as much work as it used to. Okay, here we are now. Here it comes, you guys. Stick with us. It's time now. It's time for Canterbury. Let's have a look if they've got something up the middle. Boom, diddy, boom, 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 they go. Rumbling up the field. Here we go, Canterbury. Oh, I love this stuff. Love the way these are carrying on. These Wahine, Anika, Gates, Thorn. We'll play it here for Aruna. Oh, no. Here's Fox. Oh, there's Steph. She's done it again.
She's
Crystal,
done it again.
Your bridesmaid friend has done it again, Crystal.
I told you she'll be bringing impact off the bench, and that's exactly what she's done. Oh, good platform set from their middles, though, and just done it easy here. Little bit of a dummy out to her left, but pure power from Steph Fox. She'll be one of their most experienced players amongst this Canterbury side.
Look out, Addo Carr. We've got our own Fox in New Zealand now. Stephanie Fox. Way to go. Always looked dangerous, hey, when they just started to make that, the momentum just grew behind Canterbury, and Stephanie was there to profit from it. But she'll be the first to acknowledge her teammates for the effort they got to roll it forward.
Yes, definitely.
And get her in the field position to set this one up. So 18-8. It really needed to be Waikato to score next. That hasn't been the case. And so it's time for Bailey Rapira to make the conversion. I wonder if she's related to Sam. Sammy Raps or Sam Rapira. I see him with different Māori kaupapa now. Sam doing his reo Māori, and I think he's living up into Tarouatika, Maui, the Coromandel Peninsula. This one should be pretty straightforward. So they're still talking. They'll be geeing each other up behind the scenes. And sure enough, it's an extra 6. 20 points to 8 with a double to Fox here in the opening exchanges of the second half.
Yeah, wasn't much going on for Steph Fox. Just took a run and took 5 players over the try line to get her second try of the game. It's been all Steph Fox in the second half so far. But I'd say that the Waikato team would be pretty tired. They have to mention they're playing with 16 players today. They're shy of a person on the bench, so you know it'd be extra mahi for a lot of these ladies out there today. So big props to them, digging deep through this heat and through this game.
Well, there'd still be a few in contention if you were to choose a domestic team. I know that our national squad is chosen by those based offshore as well, and you know we're so strongly represented New Zealand through the NRLW. But if there was a resident squad, a number of these Waikato players would no doubt be worthy of consideration. Certainly Capri Paiko's been exceptional. This Wahine's had a good game as well. Trinity Crosby, so she has the football. Waikato need to score here if they're going to give us something to really rub our hands together at the back end of this one. Look at that defence. Hey! Gee, they almost ran them back to Taumutu that time around. Into the hands that comes for Paige Dudley. She's wrapped up by Aruna. What's Paiko got in mind? Is she trying to look to the edges? Nicely handled. Under some pressure as well. Peretira has the ball and the quick play the ball. Paiko darts forward. Gets it over the top. And what's that late effort from Fox all about?
I don't think the tackle was complete. I didn't hear a howled.
Well, Adams was standing there like the Eiffel Tower. And then Fox decided, well, we'll
finish it off.
Cut down the tower. Yeah. Canterbury with possession here. Into the last 10 minutes of play. Canterbury will be well pleased with where they've got themselves at the mo. Celia Mbo getting herself involved. Honor Wilson climbing aboard, but it will be a penalty to Canterbury as they look to extend their lead. Again, acknowledging the club connections here. And I hope you're able to stay with us. Willie Po Ching climbing in. We'll be calling the local derby, men's, from the same ground. Due to kick off at 2 o'clock this afternoon. That, of course, Waikato and the Bay of Plenty. Bay of Plenty have picked up one win in the men's championship. They had a win over the Otago Whalers. And so it'll be a wonderful opportunity for them to go head-to-head. Of course, involved in the Waikato Bay franchise for many years. So it's been half a dozen years since a Bay of Plenty and Waikato men's team have played. That game coming up 2 o'clock this afternoon here on Sky Sport. Canterbury positioning themselves here nicely here. As Katie Aruna is looking for who will carry. Simiale with the football. Here's Harmony charging to the line this time. Simiale is driven back, but look out, the threat still lingers. Could Fox emerge and look for 3? That ball has gone down. Waikato will get possession. Slip through the hands of McGregor Paco.
Yeah, a bit of defensive pressure there from Waikato on the Canterbury Bulls to nullify that try attempt. But look at this. Look at this power. She was unlucky not to go over. Good defence. There's about 6 defenders in there for Waikato. And then another little error off the back of that. few of these ladies from this Canterbury team play for the Sydenham Swans, who were the winners of their competition down in Canterbury this year. About 6 of these players. It's got Waikato here back in possession. They'll be on the hunt for another try. Wouldn't be happy being down 20 to 8.
If Waikato got another try in them as we come to the last 6.5 minutes of this one. So back up into the thick of the action. Good run that time for Crosby. I've been impressed by Trinity's work here this afternoon. Paiko pushing forward, then to Peretira. It's better to play the ball again as Capri picks up 5 or 6 metres, then gets it to Wilson. Honor gets the kick up, will need some chasers. Honor will be there herself, but the bounce is kind. Still for Waikato, play on, says the referee. Is Vainu Middle has it, the fullback. Any chance here? Well, there's always a chance when rugby league is live, and that's what you're watching here at Huama, right here on Sky. Can Waikato get across and throw something into the mix in the last few moments? Down by 2 converted tries. Tough with just 5 to play. Wilson is here, referee will say you're well inside the 10. Here come the Waikato Wahine. Recognising it might be last roll of the dice time, and scragged is Paige Dudley. Played strong, the number 2. Changing the angles here and running into her own player, but then going to ground. The referee should say that that's okay.
Yes, she surrendered.
Never surrender. Never surrender. Here's the fullback, Middle, spinning towards the line. What are you thinking, Crystal? They've got to try in them here?
I definitely believe they've got to try in them. If they can execute like they did in the previous try, they certainly can.
This is Ngarunga Porima to her feet. Paiko to Wilson. Lovely work for Crosby, but the ball's gone down. So the best chance that they had at the back end here has gone begging. They recognise too that they've made a lot of errors. Unforced errors, and really footy's about minimising those, defending strongly, and you'll get the win. Like to say a bit of a g'day to my old mate Greg Selwyn, who locks in on all of these games. Greg and his father from Kiowa, g'day.
I think he's helping out counties now, though.
Yeah, I think he is.
Yeah,
I think he is. You've been playing the game a long time, Crystal?
Pardon?
You've been playing the game a long time? When did you start?
I'll be over 20 years I've played.
Wow.
Yeah.
But isn't it great to see the quality of the footy, the quality of opponents, and the more respect afforded our women's rugby league now?
Yeah,
Plenty
not just women's. It's not just the women's, the girls. When we're doing the girls on Tuesday, I was blown away by the skill and talent.
And of course, that's gone off a Waikato player into a teammate who's in an offside position. So, referee was right there. Things have got a little bit heated at times, but that's rugby league, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's all heated on the field, but made straight after.
Indeed. On the countdown here into the last few moments, we will get a chance to get some reflections from the captains post-match. That's fitting too. They put a lot into their season thus far, but you can only benefit from having this regional play 5 weeks off the back end of club footy. As your friend is just, I wouldn't write off the fact that she could go in for try number 3. Canterbury will be very pleased to pick up win number 2. And their representative season here, and that will please Shantaine Puckle. And of course, the connections for Canterbury. ball down. Yeah, Joseph Purcell-Mika is also involved with coaching the Canterbury squad, and congratulations to Shante. I'd like to see the growth of the game down in Canterbury as well. There are 6 teams there this year. Hornby also in the mix. A lot of players, young players, were able to play, I guess, high school footy, and then come up and play representative whilst still being eligible for South Island Scorpions, under 18s play, etc. Waikato with the football. Just a minute and a half, and there's an intercept and a finish off as well. It just popped up and into the hands of Ripena Umanga, and she is in to score just beside the posts. So disappointing, really. It blows the scoreline out, but that's what can happen too when you try to force the pass. It just popped up, clean as a whistle, and it bounced into the hands of Ripena. He just sauntered to the try line.
Young talent, this young girl. Straight off the back of the national tournament for the South Island Scorpions on Tuesday, playing in the grand final, to come and now play in the Open Women's international competition and get an intercept and score a try in this game. She's going to be one of the young up-and-coming players of our game for sure. Someone to watch out for.
And she's got her lashes on. If you've just joined us, I make reference to that because Crystal's got a business, providing eyelashes for rugby league players.
For anyone, not just rugby league players.
Oh, really?
Yeah. If you want to come along, Dale, can hook you up.
So the conversion looks to be pretty straightforward. Hope you've enjoyed the action. The hooter will go soon after. And a good day out at the office today for the Cantabrians. And there's the hooter in the background. 24 goes to 26-8. And a fitting conclusion here is Canterbury celebrate as they should too. 10-8 leaders at the halftime break. 2 tries to Fox, 1 to Umanga in the second 35. And a comfortable victory in the end for Canterbury. That's win number 2 in the tournament. They'll be well satisfied to go out winners.
Oh, they certainly would. To be honest, I can't remember the last time that Canterbury would have had like 2 wins in a campaign. And I say that with all respect, but for a very long time since I've been playing, their level hasn't been at the level of the Auckland competition, and I say that positively in the manner that they have risen and they're on the rise down in the South Island. And massive props to the coaching staff down in the South Island who are doing a great job with this Canterbury side, especially Shante Poko. I can't wait to see her back playing, but she's doing a great job at coaching for now.
Yeah, well, congratulations to both the teams and their supporters. And once again, acknowledging why it is important that we have coverage of these games. It's a shop front for young players. They can get a show reel together if they're looking for professional opportunities or to play offshore. There is something concrete for them to reference. And let's have a look at some of the highlights here as we acknowledge the efforts of both teams in the Canterbury too strong. And this is from early in the match. In fact, the angled run there, that was the first, I think it was with Rapida. As we go through the tries, in the end it was 5 tries to 2 and a comfortable victory for Canterbury, but they were made to work for it, Crystal.
Oh, they were. Waikato still showed up. We've seen here as Capri Paiko darted down the right edge for King Rewi to score. Capri was, try assist and a part of a lot of what Waikato did produce today. She was outstanding for their side, so she'll be very disappointed. This was another beautiful try from the Waikato side. Honor Wilson out to Milo out the back. This try was well executed because we hadn't seen a lot of execution from this Waikato team, and then all of a sudden, they produced stuff like this, so we knew they could do this, but maybe with the 16 players, that's what caused this Waikato team to struggle a bit more today. Little less gas, 1 less player on the bench. Then we've seen, Steph come off the bench. Pure power, she laid the foundation here for this try that Canterbury scored, and then you can see the hooker there, Katia Rona at dummy half, looking to go right, pops out to the left, and gets another try for Canterbury. She was outstanding for the whole game as well. Defensively, she was strong, and attacking, she really directed their middle third around the park in today's game, Dale.
Yeah, Fox able to come through twice in the second half, and of course Umanga with that try. Stephanie Fox was fabulous right up through the middle. Great play. I'm really impressed as well by both hookers. Capri Paiko stand out today for Waikato. Likewise Katie Audona, who just directed traffic superbly. This is Stephanie Fox's second try, and then it was a bit of a lucky one right at the last moment here. It just got tapped, and Umanga was in to score, and she was pleased to be able to seal the deal on behalf of her teammates as well. She's a talent to watch out for in the years ahead, and we've been really pleased to be able to show some of that skill here on our coverage today from Ngātawa Waikia. So this is the final table after for these two teams anyway in round number 5. At the foot of the table, as you can see, but I'm sure that they learnt from their experiences in 2024. We'll be going for some post-match interviews too and perspectives. But again, the Auckland teams tend to dominate. That's nothing new. But as you've witnessed here, the rise of our regional talent coming through with Southland and Wellington making the final of the youth tournament you've just been at during the week.
Yeah, there's definitely a rise in the other provinces, which we love to see. We love to see the competition getting better and stronger. You see the celebrations here of the Canterbury Bulls, and rightly so. 2 wins for their campaign, and no doubt they'll be super happy with that. The coaches must be happy as well. They managed to be strong defensively. That's what Poko wanted when she had her pre-game speech. She said, you know, we want to work on our defense. That's our focus, getting numbers and tackles, getting our bodies in front. And that's what they did today. You know, only 2 tries to the Waikato side, who have a good attacking structure, but they managed to work hard defensively, and then on the flip side, obviously score 26 points as well, Dale.
Well, the decision to bring the games to a club environment, the Ngātawa Waikia Panthers has sat well, and we're really pleased to have been part of the commentary team to bring you the action for the first time from the home of the Ngātawa Waikia Panthers. Let's go sideline. Fred's got some post-match interviews for us to get some feel for how both teams are feeling off the back of this one.
Well, Capri, tough loss, that one. How do you think the game went?
I think, well, you know, compared to our last games, it was definitely an uplift. I think we kind of had it in the first half, and then we just slowly, I think just attitudes, the refs' calls, and just basic errors for us. Hey,
I reckon the team got a bit tired there, because I mean they're very aggressive in their running.
Yeah, I think we did get a bit tired, just letting them up a bit too fast around that ruck, and that's where they got their play from. But yeah.
I mean, you did have opportunities, because there were times when you camped on their line. It's just trying to crack open and get over, yeah?
Yeah, I think it's just about executing for us, hey, and just little errors, just basic footy for us, but yeah.
How have you enjoyed the season?
Oh, it's been a bit different compared to all my other nationals, you know. This has been the most challenging, but I'm here for it. Just the development for our girls back in Waikato, and just helping it out and the pathways. So yeah.
It's been good to watch you guys play. So all the best.
Thank you.
Yeah, she had an outstanding contribution throughout the course of the game and across the last month or so. Well, coming up, still plenty of action today. Counties Monaco Stingrays, Auckland Vulcans. That's on Sky Sport 4. And a little bit of shuffling of the deck chairs, but that should be a really good game as well, this one.
Yeah.
The Stingrays and the Vulcans. Looking forward to that. There's some celebration down there in the red and blacks, of course, for the Cantabrians. Let's go now and see if we can get some thoughts from the Canterbury squad after that one are not quite with us. Let's have a look at what else is coming up. Well, this is one that I'm looking forward to as well. It's the local derby. It's the Bay of Plenty Lakers up against Waikato. They haven't played each other in this capacity for at least half a dozen years. So there's a lot on the line. A lot of the players know each other from their Waikato Bay Stallions or the Waikato Bay squad over the years. Let's go down now, and seemingly the captain for Canterbury is available with Fred.
Well, Shade, nice game to win that one, yeah?
Tēnā koutou tuatahi rā, ka mihia ki te hau kāinga. Ko Waikato tērā e poipoi e whāngai ana i a mātou ki tēnei rohe o Waikato. Nō reira, tēnei rā te mihi ki te hau kāinga. No mātou o Waitaha. Really hard to explain how good it feels to really end the season with a win. That's not to say that we had to really earn it out there. Waikato definitely put us to work to really get over the line and get this win. So, yeah, it's definitely a good feeling.
And you guys had really aggressive running, gave you a lot of momentum, especially towards the start of the second half.
Yeah, I think that was a big focus for us. We really did want to put some aggression into our running, have some intent, running onto the ball to really show that we want to carry that ball. We want to make it past the advantage line and really get that go forward to build some momentum.
How have you felt the season's gone?
Well, we did start off quite well, I must say, and then had some tough moments throughout the middle, but I know there were still great moments for us. It was a struggle, dealing with some changes throughout our team, having players in and out, which really changed our spine, but like we do, we adapt, we use what we have, and that's where we have players stepping up into other positions, but together we make it work. So it's good to really come up here and end with a win like this.
Well, I'm sure it's going to be an enjoyable trip home, so enjoy that and all the best next year.
It definitely will be enjoyable. The vibe seems pretty high with the girls, but all in all, it's really good to see them in good spirits and really feel the Wairua of that win. So, yeah, looking forward to going home, looking forward to enjoying this feeling with my girls. O tira, kia mātou, o kia koutou, o Waikato e tautoko ana i a mātou, ngā koutou tuko pūtia, o mātou whānau, o mātou hoa. Nei rā te mihi kia koutou, i hikoi tēnei ara ki tō mātou taha, kia hua ai ēnei painga mo te riki nō reira tēnā rā koutou i tautoko i a mātou o Waitaha. Kia ora.
Ngā mihi kia koe te tuihine i o kōrero rau atu i te ahi nei. Kia ora everybody, thanks so much for tuning in today. I hope you enjoyed the action. Canterbury too strong for Waikato in their last outing of the Sky Sport Women's Premiership from me, Dale, and also from the wonderful co-commentator with the cool eyelashes. we bid you farewell. Nice to call alongside you once again, Crystal. Ngā mihi.
Ngā mihi, Dale.
And it's farewell for now. And just for 20 minutes or so, we'll be back with the men's game coming up shortly. The Bulls, too strong, winning this one in Ngāroa Wahia, 26-8.